Everybody.
Yeah, I do.
Now, this is a town hall special meeting, town hall council meeting minutes. Okay, I got it, Ms. Connie. We're good. We're good. All right, I'm going to call the meeting to order. If y'all could stand, please, for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, y'all can have a seat. All right, roll call, Ms. Connie.
Mayor Frazier.
Here.
Councilman Cook.
Here.
Councilman Bishop.
Here.
Councilwoman Fleming.
She's absent.
Councilman Kuhn.
Here.
Town clerk here. Town attorney and consultant. Both absent.
Yeah, Dale told me he wasn't going to make this.
Yeah.
He did, okay.
Yeah.
All right, and
His wife's having surgery tomorrow.
Yep.
Connie
Or
here. Okay.
pre-op. That's what it was.
All right.
Pre-op.
All right, item number 1 will be additions, deletions, changes, approval of agenda. So I just need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I second.
Good. All in approval of approving the agenda, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Cook. We got you. All right, item number 2 would be approval of minutes of July 25th, 2022 Town Council meeting and the August 22nd, 2022 Council meeting. So I just need a motion to approve those minutes.
I approve the minutes for July 25th and August 22nd.
Second.
Good. All in favor of approving the minutes for July 25th and August 22nd, 2022, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Okay. I keep forgetting he's on the phone. I'm sorry, Mr. Cook. I keep forgetting you on the phone. All right, item number 3, guys, is public participation. So at this time, I'll open it up for public participation. If we have anyone that'd like to speak, please take the podium. Ms. Connie will step aside and state your name and your reasoning for here.
My name is Kelly Bishop. I am hosting the trunk or treat in Fort White this year. We got it sponsored by the fire department again for the insurance, and we have been trying to get donations for candy. So I know in the past you guys have sponsored the bounce houses. And this year, because we're not having a whole lot of community support with the candy donations, I came to ask you guys if in lieu of doing the bounce houses, if you guys would give a monetary donation for candy purchases.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, and I think in the past, I want to say it's been around 500 or 600 that you guys have done for the bounce houses.
I think it was. Too.
And
Yeah.
this year I'm asking for 7 for candy.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good deal. Wish McNair was here. Which I mean, you got to exclude
You're
yourself.
right, I won't be able to.
And I haven't. We're going to have to come back to this because we
this
can't
is
make a
just
motion
public,
right
yeah.
now because
That's fine.
we don't have enough when he excludes this. We don't have enough for a quorum.
I
So
just want to add
We got to
that,
get through 1A first.
yeah.
in the past, they averaged that there were about 6,000 people at the trunk or
Yes.
treat in the
Yes.
last year that we
Yeah, I
had.
know there was a pile. So yes.
So,
yes.
I would
Yeah.
say there's probably around 3,000 kids in
At
there.
least
Yeah.
2,500 to 3,000 of that we're figuring were kids.
Right.
And
So,
she's gotten several donations from
local businesses.
local
Okay.
and non-local businesses. I
Yes.
mean, we're getting money all the way out of Perry, Florida.
Right.
In
to help.
Trenton,
And
Hot
Trenton.
Springs.
Good deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's
Good.
definitely, she's just having a hard time, like the candy drive, it's been so long since they had the candy drives at the dollar store and stuff. It's been, what, 2 years since we had trunk or treat?
Yeah, 2019
And
was the last
We're
year.
just not getting the community.
Well, they're not pushing it like they did before. Used
They're
to,
not.
they would
Right.
ask everybody what up to the register.
Right.
Now they just have a thing sitting back there.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
sir.
I think too, a lot of people maybe lost their jobs during COVID and they're trying to get recovered from that, so they
I
don't have
agree.
the extra.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
It's bad on a lot of people.
Yeah.
I
But
agree 100%.
the last trunk or treat we had, I was there, Mayor, I believe you were there, personally cooked 2,000 hot dogs in about an hour and a half and give every one of them away.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything we do there is free. That we don't charge no admission, no nothing. So.
Right. So that's right. Yeah. Let us get through one item and then we will circle back to this
Okay.
if we can.
Thank
so,
you,
yeah.
guys.
All right. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
And even if we need to push that to the next meeting.
Okay. Yeah, yes. Go ahead, Mr. Cook.
You mentioned you don't have the quorum. Is that the mayor, the attorney said that I can vote, even with me
Yes, you can. That's what we're yes, sir. We're going to get to that item here in just a second, Mr. Cook. Yeah, and then you can vote, and you make the quorum, but you have a quorum with Mr. Bishop, you and Mr. Kuhn, but you don't have one when Mr. Bishop excludes himself off of that topic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's his wife. That's heading it up. So he had to exclude himself. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Anybody else before I close public participation? Okay. At this time, we'll close public participation. We'll move to item number 4, new business. I know Mr. Coberline just got here, so I'll let him get keyed in. If you want to go ahead and start, Ms. Connie, with that, number A, we'll go ahead and do the first one.
A is a request approval of resolution number R 2022-027, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Fort White, Florida, amending the rules and procedures governing town meetings, providing for severability, providing for conflicts, and providing for an effective date. The main item here is that they amended on section 2 the meeting rules and procedures. And if you go to,
It's I've already read through it. It's
number 7,
is it number 7?
voting by council members. All town council members in attendance and the mayor or vice mayor presiding in his or her absence shall vote on all issues unless legally abstaining. All official actions of the town council members and the mayor shall be by motion and second, and vote on the motion.
So, yes, we just need a motion to approve resolution R22-020. Or, I mean, if y'all want to discuss it some more, or
I'm good with it.
yeah, I think this resolves a lot of our problems when somebody's not here,
Not here.
or if you have to exclude yourself. Or
See, that's
if
what I
you-
wonder how all this stuff got done. If anybody ever had to exclude themselves from a vote, how anything got done.
Right.
So, but Mr. Cook, how do you feel?
I'm in favor of official station.
Okay.
I will make a motion to approve resolution R 2022-027.
Okay.
I second.
Got a second? Okay. All right. Any more discussion?
I'm fine with it.
Yes, sir.
Mayor, I apologize for my tardiness.
That's okay.
You may have already covered this, but the council that is present must vote to consider whether Mr. Cook can vote. He can attend and be part of a discussion on all items telephonically. But in order to vote, the council there needs to be a motion, it needs to pass that he is unable to attend for medical reasons or something beyond his control. So, for example, being on vacation is not a legal premise for being allowed to vote telephonically.
Right.
So if you all would go ahead and consider that, vote on it, and then Mr. Cook can vote on it.
Do we need to remove the motion that's on the table now, or
No,
no?
you can
Okay.
table it.
Okay. Table. Okay. So we'll table the motion that's on the table now.
You probably need to remove my second, let somebody else second.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get you. You can even second. Let us go. Let the now if he. But is there enough here to approve him?
Yes.
Okay.
There is enough here to approve him to vote. Okay. All right. So I'm okay. Mr. Cook's been in the hospital, so
Right,
yeah, he's
right.
just now. He's not on vacation. He just got home.
We know.
Yes, we know what his situation is. So if y'all were okay with making a motion to by telephonic, he's in the meeting that he can vote.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make a motion that by way of telephone, Councilman Cook can make his vote due to medical issues.
Okay.
I second.
Second. So basically, all in favor of Mr. Cook being able to vote by telephonic and attending the meeting by the telephone, not being here present, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Okay. All right. Now we can go back to the motion that was currently on the table, which Mr. Cook just seconded that motion, which was on the resolution R22-027. So we have a second. So any more discussion on it? Oh, okay. So at this time, we'll take a roll. So all in favor of approving resolution R2022-027, say aye.
Aye.
And then all opposed, say nay. Okay. All right. So that is approved. Okay. Now from this point on, I can vote. Okay.
Do you want
All
to
right.
go back?
Yeah. Let's go back and revisit the public participation real quick with Ms. Bishop, and I know Mr. Bishop, you have to recuse yourself of it. So, Mr. Coon,
Mr. Cook, what you think?
we're going back to the candy now. About
I'm in favor of supporting the candy and up in our donation from 500 to 700, I think Kelly asked for.
Yeah, 700.
okay, yeah, okay. What do you think, Mr.?
I'm in favor for it, this for the community.
Okay.
Kids have been missing for 2
I
years.
know we sponsored it last year, so
I know I can't vote, but I mean, it's for the community.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
They've missed it for 2 years, and that's the biggest thing Fort White does.
Yeah, I agree. All right,
Biggest thing they
so somebody want to make a motion to approve for $700?
I'll recuse myself from this vote, Mayor.
I'll make a motion, we approve $700 for the candy for the trunk or treat.
I second it.
Second, okay. Any more discussion? Okay, so
Good.
all in favor of approving $700 for the trick or trunk, say aye. All opposed, say nay.
You have to say aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Okay, all right, so we got you. So Ms.
All right,
Bishop,
that's done.
we'll get you, Ms. Connie will get you a check for $700 for the candy, okay? All right, let's move on to,
Need Pam to me.
let's move on to item number 4B. Are you up to date, Mr. Coverline? Okay. You want to go ahead and read that? That's the first reading, so the heading.
An ordinance of the Town of Fort White, Florida, amending the town's land development code related to amending the Town of Fort White official zoning atlas on a certain property located within the town limits of the Town of Fort White, Florida, from residential single-family 2 to residential single-family mobile home 2, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing for severability, and providing an effective date.
Good deal. Now this is the one that we have had. This is the one that's been on the.
This is the half acre being zoned
Yes.
RSF2 to emit.
Is this Rocky? This is Rocky.
No, this is
Kelly.
actually-
Okay.
this is Kelly.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so this is the half acre one.
rezoning for a mobile.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is the first, first.
Yeah, this is first reading. So, and this is the one that's where's this
Adjacent to the health department.
across
Next door.
next door to
Next
it.
door.
Right next door.
Yeah.
That's where
The very next
the one we put back there. We just approved that one back there in the back for
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Stein.
Gene's old property.
Gene's old property.
Yeah, it's Martin's old property.
Okay.
Right in front of that.
Yeah.
That's who I purchased it.
Okay, yep, gotcha, okay. All right, this is a public hearing, so at this time, I'll go ahead and open it up for any public input. Have any public input? Okay. All right, I will go ahead and close it at this time. If there's no public input, bring it back to the table. We've done hashed this around enough, so.
5 months now.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm going to recuse myself
Yeah.
from this vote also.
Yeah. So, at this time, Mr. Cook, do you have anything? We've already talked about this. I don't know if you remember this. Does he have the
He
agenda?
remembers
Yes,
it.
Madam Mayor, but we picked that up before we changed it. That's what I'm doing that on.
Yes, sir. That's right. So, all right. So, I just need we just need a motion to approve the first reading.
I make a motion that we approve the first reading on ordinance 2022-08.
I second it.
Good. So, basically, any more discussion on it? Good. Okay. All right. So, all in favor of approving the first reading ordinance 2022-08, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Okay. All right. So,
5 months for
see. All right, okay. All right, Mr. Kavanaugh, we'll move on to item C, or item 4C. We'll read the heading.
Yes. An ordinance of the town of Fort White, Florida, providing for an amendment of 50 or less acres of land from Columbia County Agricultural to town of Fort White Residential Low Density on the future land use map of the town of Fort White comprehensive plan as amended pursuant to an application by Lisa B. Ford of said acreage under the amendment procedures established in sections 163.3161 through 163.3215 Florida statutes as amended on certain lands within the corporate limits of the town of Fort White, Florida, providing for severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, and providing the effective date.
Which we done, I think we've done talked about this one.
Been on this 5 months.
I know you were.
Yeah, I got
for this
recused
one.
myself from this vote also.
So,
I could have just showed up 30 minutes late and been good.
all right, so this is also a public hearing, so at this time I'll open it up for public hearing on this. If anyone has anything to say on it? All right, we will close public hearing. At this time, we've already talked about this again. This is about the same as the first one that we just did, so we've already
And there's one
been
more.
through this one, yeah. So if Mr. Cook, if you're okay with it, Mr. Coon's okay with it, we just need a motion to approve this.
I remember we picked that up before.
Yeah, yes, sir.
5 months.
It's been about 5 months now. This thing's been
Never
going
been
on.
5
So
months, same thing.
yeah, so we need to go. If y'all are okay, let's make a motion.
I'll
to go
make a motion to approve the ordinance 2022-06.
I second it.
Second, okay. So we have a second. So all in favor of approving second reading of ordinance 2022-06, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. All right, good deal. All right. All right, let's move on to B. All right, 4D.
An ordinance of the town of Fort White, Florida, amending the town's land development code related to amending the town of Fort White official zoning atlas on a certain property located within town limits of the town of Fort White, Florida, from Columbia County Agricultural to town of Fort White Residential Single Family 2, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Good deal. All right, this is pertaining to the same one, basically. Yes, resolution R22-26.
This is the same piece of property.
Yes, I've just-
So 5.
Yeah, we're just rezoning
Change
it.
the zoning.
Rezoning, right. Yep, we already discussed that too. So it's a second reading again. So it is a public hearing, so I'll open it up now for public hearing. All right. I will actually close the public hearing, bring it back to the board. Guys, if we have nothing else, we either need a motion to approve. Move forward.
Make a motion to approve the ordinance 2022-05.
I second it.
Okay, so all in favor of approving second reading of ordinance 2022-05, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. All right, good deal. All right, E, we are on 4E, public hearing to adopt resolution 2022-26, or 026, excuse me. Mr. Cowan, you want to do that?
A resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Fort White, Florida, relating to the collection and disposal of solid waste and recovered materials within the incorporated area of the town, establishing the rate of assessment, imposing solid waste service assessments against residential property located within the town, approving the assessment roll, confirming the initial assessment resolution, providing severability, and providing an effective date.
All right. And we also have a public hearing on this also, so I'll go ahead and at this time open for public hearing if anyone would like to say anything. Okay, no public hearing. All right, or no one said anything. All right, I'll close public hearing, bring it back to the table. Guys, this is the one that we've been working on for a while now.
Yeah, it
I mean, this is going on God forever.
Yeah.
I mean,
probably
we missed our deadline last time. This is that garbage rate that we,
Right.
so,
I mean, everything else has went up.
my only question, Ms. Coburn, I know we've been working on that. Ms. Connie, if this was supposed to go before the county, right? Tomorrow? Is it tomorrow or tonight?
Not this, no. Their amendment to their contract with Waste Pro, adding us, is what goes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Okay, that's right. I knew something was going. It's tonight. ain't it?
Yes.
It is
Oh, tonight.
Tonight, Thursday.
Okay.
Monday's thrown me off too. Monday's got me all messed up. I forget today's Thursday.
Well,
so.
then we did. Well, then we had Monday off.
Yes,
Or
it's messed me all up. So, all right. So yeah. So
I mean, we talked about it enough. I mean, Mr. King,
We can beat this to death, just like the last few things we passed.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a motion to approve resolution 2022-026.
Second.
second. Okay, Ms. Cook, you have anything on this?
I know we've been working for this over a year, so yeah, I'm in favor of it.
All right. So we'll go ahead and make a vote here. All in favor of adopting resolution R 2022-2026, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Okay. All right. So approved. All right. We'll move on now to section 2, which would be Ms. Connie. We'll go to A first, Ms. Connie, if you want to, results of the RFP 2022-03.
As all of you know, we've done an RFP 2 different times for legal services, and this last go-round, we had 2 applicants, Mr. Lindsay Lander and Ms. Taryn Delisle. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Okay. You were given copies of their submissions along with score sheet. The score sheet you were originally given did not have the score area for answers to questions, but that's been added, and the new score sheet is laying on the table in front of you. We will not be able to complete the scoring until the 29th, when Mr. Lander can attend. But in the meantime, Ms. Delisle is here, so you can ask her questions, and we'll hear from Mr. Lander on the 29th.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. Awesome.
Mr. Lyle,
Yeah, go ahead. No, go
Mr.
ahead.
Lyle, I already have a question. In your pricing, it basically states $1,000. Now, does that include writing resolutions and things of that matter, or is that totally separate fee that we do hourly? Because that's something that I feel like we should try to get away from unexpected costs. And I know with a lawyer, it's hard to get away from unexpected, but I just want to make sure that we're not winding up putting out $4,000 a month on a lawyer when we don't really have that to do. So that's kind of my question.
Okay, thank you. I was hoping to give a fee structure that was friendly to the community, and I know cost is a concern, budget is a concern, something that's easy and streamlined, and so the 1,000 would be typically all-inclusive and...
Okay. And as far as your background with public government, I mean, I read your resume. I mean, it was pretty expansive. I mean, do you have any recent experience with local governments, small local governments?
I do. I'm at a bit of a disadvantage. I know Cumberland has an extensive resume. I actually grew up in Lake City.
Oh, okay.
And live in High Springs now. And my family was also in Lake City. Grew up on the Edgetuckney, going to the Edgetuckney. So I'm pretty local. I live 10 minutes away. Sorry, I lost track of the question. I started rambling.
Local municipal, have you had any
Yes.
experience with the local?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm at a disadvantage because I'm a private attorney and I don't have city, county, etc. And so many of my clients are private. I called a couple of the top ones I could think of, City Manager Williston,
Yes, ma'am.
and Hamilton County planner, chairman of that board, and I am happy to provide further references. I would just have to individually call these
That's-
people and let them know, hey, I'm going to tell this whole public forum.
Right. I understand. No, that's fine.
Open to phone calls,
That's
so.
fine.
Go back to that first question. That's our biggest concern is expense. When Mr. Bishop asked you the $1,000, what does that get us? $1,000. I mean, pretty much. What does $1,000 get the town?
Well, I would bill hourly, but I'm a pretty generous biller. I've never had a billing complaint in my practice. I typically don't bill for phone call questions, text questions, things like that. I would bill for substantive legal work.
Right.
So if you needed a written opinion on some matter and you wanted to keep that for the records, I would bill for that.
Right. Okay.
I would not bill for miscellaneous unexpected costs. It
Right.
would be known, and we could talk about it in advance and get prior approval if necessary. But I would bill at an hourly rate if I came upon some, if we were going to exceed, I could write into the contract, exceed with prior approval, something like that.
Gotcha.
But I would like for you to know what to expect each month.
We're just a town that's on the move. I mean, we're growing. We're trying to, as Mr. Coberline has said many times, we're coming from the 18th century to the 20th century. So we're moving forward very, very fast. And there's a lot of resolution ordinances, a lot of changing going on, especially with our land development books, our charters, a lot of changes we're having to make. So that's our biggest concern as a board, is getting with the right attorney and being able to feel comfortable with what we're getting charged. Because it's almost like going to a mechanic. You drop your car off at a mechanic, you don't know what the world they're coming back with. And it's the same thing with an attorney. If you don't have a really good relationship with them, they can charge you whatever, and then we're already in a relationship, and then it's hard for us to switch it in the midstream. So that's our biggest concern, is making sure that when we pull the trigger on this thing, we make the right decision with the attorney we go with, and the cost is a big factor for us. I mean, it is, because we're a small town. We're making big moves, but we are still a small town. We have a very small budget, so we have to be very careful where we're spending that budget at. So, I don't know. Do you have any more? I mean,
Not really. I mean, like I said, I read a resume. I mean, very, very.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, it had a nice
I
resume.
don't necessarily have any more questions. I don't think. I mean, as far as that goes, I mean, you kind of answered all of mine.
Yeah. Mr. Cook, you have anything that you
don't
need to ask? I mean, yeah, Mr. Cook, you have anything? I'm sorry, I keep forgetting you on that phone. You have any?
I don't have any questions. It seems like a reasonable answer.
Yep. All right.
If I may, I would add just one thing. I have some connections at UF. I was inspired that you were on Unicode. That was promising. I am connected with some students at the law school who are interested in municipal government and could contribute volunteer hours. If you guys are interested, I don't want to overstep either, but who would be on a volunteer basis helpful in doing that kind of scanning and applying the codes to Unicode.
Gotcha.
Because I looked at the items on the agenda for tonight, and I can only imagine over time that it gets a little hard to track and trace. I mean, I couldn't, if I look at the map behind you, it doesn't have the mobile home, and I'm thinking, well, where's the mobile home ordinance?
Right.
When did that get added?
Right.
And that's why Unicode is really a priceless resource. And that would be something I'd be willing to participate in and spearhead at no cost to the town.
Gotcha. Okay, good deal. Any more questions, guys? Okay. Well, we really appreciate you coming out and speaking with us, and we'll make sure we grade your score sheet before we leave, and then I guess we have to do, Mr. What's his name? Lindsay?
Lander.
Lander.
Mr. Lander.
Yeah, he's coming in, I guess, on the 20, whatever when we decide to move the date. So.
You're welcome to go back.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to come back, yes. So, yes, most definitely. So, but we do appreciate you coming out and spending time, okay? Yes, ma'am. All right, let's move right along, Ms. Connie.
Next on the agenda, we have the Farm to Table event coming up on the 29th at the Darby Pavilion, downtown Lake City. We have purchased 8 tickets. If we move our meeting to the 29th, that will interfere with this.
Yeah, I know.
So, 2 things. I need to know who wants to utilize the tickets so I can give the names to them, so they, have their attendance list.
You said it's gonna interfere with our next meeting?
Yeah.
Yes,
so we're gonna
if you
try
move it to the
meeting on
29th.
Going up.
Yeah, and the reason we're trying to move it for 29th is because the work around Mr. Lander's schedule.
Right, yeah. no.
But we could probably have it earlier in the day.
Well, I mean, Bill, would that be any, because I'd like to, this is a pretty big event. And we,
It's a very big event,
yeah, it's a big event for our area.
and they need representation. from
What night's that? That's on a Thursday? The
Yes.
29th's on a Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like, my wife and I would like to,
Okay.
What time is it though? Do we know the time?
yeah, I've been trying to find information.
I have it,
Okay.
I have it, but I don't have it up here. I'll get it to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can just stop by and grab it one day, that'll be fine.
Yeah, if, and I might, do you want some tickets to go?
I had thought about going, well, I forgot that y'all changed the meeting to that.
Well, we hadn't changed it yet. I don't think, have we, Ms. Connie? We ain't changed it. We gotta make a motion to change it, so we hadn't changed it yet, but hopefully we're gonna change it, so.
Well, my wife probably have to work, but
If I don't, I'll give 2 tickets away or something, but I'll take 2 tickets. I'll take 2, and if I don't, for some reason I just can't make it because of the game or something crazy come up, I'll give them, I'll find somebody to give it to.
We'll make it, I just.
Miss Connie, would you and your husband like to go?
I'll have to check with him, but probably.
Okay, well, there's 2, 4, 6, and then 2 more, whoever else, if you
are we all changing the meeting?
No, we're gonna do it on the 29th, and I guess we'll leave here and go to the, if we're okay with if we can go, if the timing's right.
Yeah, I wonder what time it starts.
That's the
I
problem.
was wondering maybe if we could push our meeting back maybe 5, and then that way we could get on out here. Because I don't know, where's that?
Let's find out what time it starts, Miss Connie, we'll come back to that, and we'll figure out, but I'll take, if we can make it, I'll take the ticket. If not, then we'll just have to figure out who we're gonna get tickets to, so. Okay? I'm good with that, Miss Connie, we'll come, just,
I may have something back there in the office,
That's
and
fine.
when we're done with everything, I'll
Yeah.
go look and see, so.
all right, we'll be on,
I have a item on C.
Yep.
I would like to request an increase to the community center deposit from $125 to $150, because when people don't clean up after themselves and we have to hire somebody to do it, it costs $150.
We still have the same lady cleaning it,
Yes.
cleaning it?
Yes,
That, Miss Cannon.
Yes.
yes.
Cannon, yeah. She does a good job. I've been
Do
down
we
there
keep
before,
do
so.
we keep like a record of the people that we have to pay to clean after?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we don't need to, if.
We're not going to re-rent. They go on the blacklist.
Yeah, okay.
But I will say this, if they are elderly people that are renting it, we give them the option.
Okay.
We say, if you're not able and you don't want to clean, you can pay the $150 and
Gotcha.
they'll have it cleaned for you.
Yeah. I have no problem with that. It's only $25 more, and it covered our calls, so I'm okay with that if y'all okay with it.
I'm good with it.
I'm fine.
Mr. Cook, you okay with it?
Yes.
Okay.
It definitely
So-
needs to cover what we're spending.
We just need a motion. Just need a motion. Make some,
I'll have Fred draw a resolution for that.
you want to do a resolution on that? Okay.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
get that approved at the next.
So we'll just do that. So
I just wanted to float it out there and see if y'all were in favor of it at all before we went to the trouble of doing the
Yeah.
resolution.
Let's go ahead and do the resolution. Let's go ahead and move forward with the resolution then. D, replacement of refrigerator and round table at community center. I think we talked about that.
Yes, the round tables, we have 7 of them. They are a hazard. The legs keep collapsing. They're very wobbly. I'd like to replace them with 7 rectangular tables instead of having more rounds. The 8-foot are $149.99 each. A 6 foot is $134.49. To purchase 8 feet tables, we would need 7. The cost would be $1,500.
We got,
Got 8-foot tables.
Pardon me?
The 8-foot tables?
Yes,
Okay.
the 8-foot table. The 6-foot table, we would
Wasting your
need,
time with them. 6 foot too small.
yeah, the 6 foot, we'd have to
And
have
all the
more
rest-
tables in order to have the same amount of seats.
yeah. And didn't you give us, was that on the last meeting that you gave us the breakdown of what the community center has brought in? I thought you did.
Yes, I did.
I forget what it was. So we brought in enough to pay. Here's the thing: if we're going to keep renting it out, we got to put some new stuff back in.
Oh, I agree.
The tables are terrible.
Yeah, but
terrible.
the county, I don't believe the county's gonna be able to give us a whole lot of money for that place, considering we
Right.
had to do off of it
Right.
and run it, so.
Yeah.
I agree with you, if it's maintaining itself.
Right.
We can maintain it.
Right.
Then I agree with you.
Yeah.
there.
So I don't, Miss Connie, I don't see no problem. We need. Let's see, where's that at?
If you look on the financial that I gave you to go over and look at, if you'll look on the second page, the community center has generated, hold on a second here.
Is that on that's on operations, right? Operating.
Yes, yes. The community center.
You got her time.
I'm looking for it. Here we go. $20,256 it has generated, and the expenses have been $12,500.
Yeah, we're fine.
So we have the money there.
So yeah, so let's go ahead. I mean, do y'all
I'm
okay
for
with
it.
it? So
I'm for it. Them tables are terrible.
if y'all want to, we
The
have.
other item is the refrigerator. The refrigerator is not even cooling past 52 degrees.
Right.
So we do need to replace the refrigerator because if people are putting food in there, it's a health hazard.
So
It's
how much
not
is, have we checked on the price?
$800 to $900.
That's a good price, because
Yeah.
some of them refrigerators are.
That's from Lowe's.
From Lowe's, okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you'll remind me, I get a discount from them because I'm a veteran.
Yeah, you were gonna check and see if you could get one.
I do get a discount, so yeah, if you'll buy it with my card, I can get a discount.
Well,
Yes.
I get
Just go in when you can.
I got a LAR, we might get
You get more- you get
we might
more off?
get 20% off.
I don't know if they'll give me the VA and that. We can try.
We try.
We can try, so.
I mean,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
we can
get
try
that
it,
discount
so-
too.
and then I've got a business account, which I know the city was gonna buy it, so anyway.
You good.
Well, let's go ahead, I mean, we have a motion, we're gonna make a motion to approve it.
We
and
moved it to
give you
$5. I asked them.
a motion for, let's just give an allowance of what, 900 for the refrigerator?
Yeah.
Say 1,000 with tax.
Yeah, just $1,000 for the refrigerator, and you said how much on the tables?
They are $14.99.90 for 7, 8 foot.
Is that gonna be with taxes and everything?
No, that's the price of the tables. I would round it up to like 2,000 for shipping. and
Up to
taxes.
2,000?
But we don't have to pay
We've
tax,
been paying
so,
about 5 months.
Okay. So basically,
Where's this coming from?
I have the,
We gotta get them shipped to us, though?
yes.
shipping,
Okay,
$200.
yeah.
If I order them off of Amazon and I use my own personal account, I have Prime, so they'd be ship free.
Why don't we do that then? So it should be $14.99,
Yeah.
$1,500.
Yep.
So I'd say if we can get a motion for $1,500 for the tables, and then say 1,000 for up to 1,000
$1,000 for
on the refrigerator. Cool. See ya.
So I'll make a motion to replace the refrigerator and tables at the community center with a $1,500 allotment for tables and $1,000 for refrigerators.
Cool.
I second.
Got a second? Okay. All right, so all in favor of replacing the tables and the refrigerator at the community center, allowing up to $1,500 for the refrigerator, or for the tables, and $1,000 for the refrigerator, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. All right, good deal. All right, cool.
Next item on the agenda is the request from William and Deborah Cassidy to utilize the train depot every Friday night for a dance club. They did their presentation at the last meeting, but we couldn't vote on it.
Yep, I remember
So
that. Yep.
it's
Young lady coming there.
6:30 setup, dance 7 to 9, 9 to 9:30 cleanup and close would be the time frames on Friday nights. And Mr. Cassidy is a certified caller.
And I think they brought their
And I have the copy of
insurance.
your insurance
Yes.
right here.
And it says, and it does say on that certificate holder, Town of Fort White?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't that building need some work?
I mean, it's just got some boards that need to be replaced and stuff around it, like on the porch and stuff. Just gotta be, I mean,
We need to do a little bit of work on the outside ramp, and a couple of the boards need to be replaced, yes.
right.
But our guys can do that.
Mayor, on this issue, if the council is, if there's going to be a motion, that motion should include that we're going to grant that couple or that gentleman that proposed the concept a license. A license can be terminated very quickly. A license is like a ticket to a sporting event. It can be just torn up almost immediately. Now with your council, it couldn't. It's a lot more flexible than a rental agreement. You want a license because someone's going to go in there like me and break their ankle pretty quickly.
Right.
You're the landowner, and so you want to make sure, like always, as you've heard me, make sure that they have insurance covering the town. But you also want to have a license agreement letting them have access to the facilities on this certain evening that they want.
Right. Okay.
We can generate that pretty quickly at my office, so again, licensure and insurance.
Now, I remember last time, I think they mentioned that they were a non-profit organization, so it is a non-profit. Here's my question to the town, though, guys, and this is nothing against y'all. This is just we have to watch out what we do here. If we allow one nonprofit to come in here and do this, are we going to allow other nonprofits to come in and do it? That's the question we have to ask ourselves.
In the past, we've rented it for $100 a day.
Right. So that's the thing, is that I'm okay with it. But when you sit on the board for the town like this, it's the same thing with and I'm going to bring up something here before we leave here in a minute about the community center. It's the same thing when we had the churches a long time come and wanted to utilize our community center to hold church services. We basically turned them away and told them no. Okay. Now we'll get on that topic in a second, but needless to say, if we do it for one, we have to do it for all.
Right.
So when we make this decision, we got to keep that in mind. If we do it for one, we have to. Now, if we're going to do a rental agreement with them or a license that's going to say, here, you can use the building on every Friday night, but you pay this amount, or some kind of contract, then that's totally different. I would think Mr. Coberline might argue that point with me, but I just don't see where. Like I say, I go back to the scenario that if you do it for one, we need to open it up for everybody. And we've turned people away in the past that came with nonprofit organizations.
There's been several nonprofits that had to pay to use that
right.
community center.
Right.
And I mean,
and that's what I'm going back.
If we do it for one, we have to do it for all.
Right. And that's not, yes.
I mean, just.
And it's nothing against y'all. It's just, it's a situation where it's a bad situation. You have to tell somebody no. But we have to be fair, and we have turned people away for it.
Yes.
And I don't know.
There's been fundraisers put on at the community center that were absolutely non-profit that had to pay to use the community center. I know that for a fact because my wife actually put one on up there. And like Mayor said, the churches, we turn churches away. There's been other organizations that have been turned away that were non-profit.
Right.
Now, the train depot is a little different than the community center. I mean, my thing is, it doesn't get used at all.
Well, it don't, but
It's a money pit for it.
But I know we used it not long ago for something. I think they had to rent it, didn't they? It wasn't nonprofit, but it was like
Yes,
a
we
wedding
did rent it
shower.
Because the community center was closed for early voting.
Right.
Oh.
Right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I mean, I would love to see it utilized. I mean, that's where I'm at. I mean, I drive by that thing every day of my life almost and just see it sitting there, just like it did when they hauled it all the way from Brantford across the bridge back
Oh, I
to
agree.
us.
I totally agree.
And I looked at it and said, that ain't never going to be nothing but a money pit.
Right.
And that's all it's ever been.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, if I'm allowed to make a comment, I can tell you that dance clubs utilize community centers for free all over the country.
Right.
They're both in community centers, churches, sometimes in public schools.
Right.
So it's not unprecedented at all.
Right.
Well, the problem we run into in Fort White, this is the only community center in Columbia County that requires a deposit. Only.
Or you have to rent, basically.
That you have to rent. Yeah, this is the only one. The reason being, Columbia County give us the ability to manage said building. That's a stipulation the town of Fort White put on it. I'm speaking just about the community center, that if we do it for one over there, we have to do it for all. Now, we can change the train depot. I feel like that's a different setting. It really is a different setting.
Right.
You can't say, we can do this building, but you can't do this building.
Why can't we?
Huh?
Why can't we?
Because the next person that comes along will say, well, y'all let them do it. Well, you open yourself up. It's the
But
same
that's
thing.
that building. That's not the community center.
It don't matter which building it is, you're opening yourself up to having to let everybody use this building. I mean, my opinion,
Why can't we have a building that the citizens
Because,
can utilize?
what's the difference
For
between
free.
two buildings?
Well, you're dealing with, I've heard at least 3 people speak on treatment of not-for-profits or charitable organizations, and you haven't started dealing with apples and apples. You're dealing with 2 things here. You're dealing with one, the legal treatment, and then the council elected official of the citizens treatment. Legally, you can rent and or license for a dance hall purpose, and you can reject someone for a kids after school program 1 hour a day. You can treat them differently legally if you have different reasons. Practically speaking, as an elected official, it's very hard to treat someone differently.
Right.
So when someone comes to you and says, well, on Wednesday night, or Wednesday afternoon, I'd like to open up the train depot for just 90 minutes. And if you won't give me 90 minutes, if you'll just give me 60 minutes, I want to tutor special education students. And I'll limit it to 6. You could say no, but you really can't say no.
Right.
So it's hard to say no to that proposition.
Well, right.
So that's the difference. Legally, yes, you can treat them different if they are situated differently. But once you do open it up to one, then you should expect that others are going to want similar treatment, even though they have different
That's what I was saying.
missions.
In addition, you need to know that the electric bill for the community center is paid by the county.
Right. This is
The
paid by
electric
us.
bill for the train station is paid by us.
Right.
You also need to remember a big piece of history. A couple of years ago, or maybe more, you had a presentation of how much money you were spending at the community center, and it still applies to the train depot. The money you were spending was on cleanup fees. And you were getting many, many complaints about people who, when they went in there to use it, it had not been properly cleaned.
Right.
And so the town spent a great deal of money on cleanup fee, and so you instituted a rental fee policy as part of the help with cleanup as well as other
Right.
necessities. That's going to apply to any facility that you let people use.
Somebody speak. We have to make a decision on it, so I mean, does the council want, I mean, they might be here a month, they might be here 10 years. I don't know. But they come and they go for 2 months, and then they up and they're gone, and then next thing you know, we've got 10 head of people out here wanting to use the train depot for whatever reasons. So as long as the council's okay with letting people use it, then let's let them use it. I mean, but just know when we do this, we will be doing it continuously. But like Mr. Copeland said, y'all can pick and choose and start telling yeah to you and no to you, but then as an elected official, that's probably not too
Well, I'm
wise.
saying I can't do that.
No.
Now, I'm not against the use of it.
I'm not either.
Is there
I'm
anything
not.
in it for the town?
As far as personal stuff?
No, money.
Money? No.
I mean, we just said that it's a money pit.
There's going to have to be a
It's a
fee
money
assessed. There's going to have to be a fee assessed somewhere, though, because, like I said, if they go use the facility, there's going to be cost. One cost would be, and even if they clean it, okay. So let's say they clean it, we go in and check it, and it's clean like it's supposed to be. We still have electricity and lights.
So are we just gonna set a flat rate, just like we do at the community center then?
I mean, that's probably what.
The only feasible way I see of doing it is if you're gonna just set another rate and charge everybody just like you do for the community center. That's the only fair way to do it. If you want to apples to apples and apples to oranges and all that stuff, put a fee on it, be done with it.
Put a small fee. I mean,
Put a fee on it, be done.
Like I said before, we've rented it in the past for $100 per day.
I think that, guys, that's steep for me to think about $100 for a Friday night for 2 hours. That's kind of steep. I mean, there's no way they're going to burn $100 in electricity and they're dancing. I feel like that's pretty steep for that charge, but then what are you getting into? Then you got a half a day rental.
Well, then you got
then you got a 3-hour rental. I mean, then we're getting into all this. I don't know. I mean, put a fee on it and be done with it. If they want to pay the fee, then that's up to them.
What you think?
Fair way.
I mean, you agree?
I ain't saying it not get used, but the legalities these days against everybody is crazy. And it hurts you. It hurts the town. It hurts everybody. All the legalities. I mean,
And we don't own the community center. We just manage it.
Right.
Then the county owns it.
Right.
Like Bill said, if you do it for one, you got to do it for all. And, unless we're just going to make that a free place to go and hang out and.
can't do that. It costs too much to keep it up. Then they be tore it down.
So what's your decision? What do you think?
I think we need to table it and talk about it. I'm not ready to vote on that.
Okay.
I mean, I got to look.
I'm fine with that.
Myself, he's saying that you need to do
The licensing.
and myself, I need to put some thought into it
Okay. That's Mary.
because I don't see where you can't do it. You got to do it for everybody if you do it for one.
Mr. Cook, I know you on the phone. Have you heard all this? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah.
Pretty much. I think there's a possible problem when you start leasing out the train depot, and it's probably not a problem, but it still could be a problem. But I think for the use of the building, not just count electricity, but the use of the building too, a minimum of $100 rental fee might be okay, but I'm not saying I'm okay with renting the building anyway. But,
Right.
it might create more problems and headaches than it's worth. I'm also leery to authorize the use of our community buildings for use of business purposes. I would rather see the buildings, the train depot included, used in such a way that benefits the a resident, you can't use it because the church is holding church there.
Right.
Well, that's what we talked about before on the community center.
Using our buildings, our facilities to benefit our residents
Right.
for business purposes or church purposes.
I do agree with that. I do. Ms. Mayor, what are you thinking?
I think we should go across the board. Like we're saying, if you're gonna do it, then do it. Either put
And provide insurance.
a whole,
Something like that. But I really hate
cost-wise on it, or I'm not reading it out.
For commercial purposes.
Well,
Or churches.
yeah, and I do agree. And I think with state provided the insurance, so that's great, the insurance. But I think if what Ms. Caroline says, that if you do something like that with a license, then and a license, and also there needs to be a standard rental fee. I feel like Mr. Cook just said, Ms. Mary's saying, I think everybody's on the same page, really. I mean, there's no need to really, I mean, I think everybody, I know you wanted to think about it. I would love to have a building in the town of Fort White that we just basically give to people for free and say, here, go use it. But in the time and the society that we live in today, it don't work that way.
It's
anymore.
hard.
It is very, it's well, next thing you know, somebody's hurt, and then next thing you know, they're suing the town. And like Ms. Connie just said, the building down there, the community center, we don't own that building.
That's right.
We just manage it.
And the only reason we charge a fee is because we provide all the cleaning supplies, we provide all the paper towel, toilet tissue, etc., trash bags, all that. We furnish all that, as well as new tables and new refrigerator.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if council's okay with it, we need to, and we can table this subject, but we need to re-talk about what fee we want to set down there. I mean, there needs to be, I will agree with that part, there needs to be a fee. I mean, I don't think that we're in a situation where we can just start letting people use our buildings for, I mean, I hate to say that, but there again, you're just open, I think you're opening yourself up to a whole, I think it's
You don't
just.
have a little something, everybody in the world is gonna start using it.
Right. And I'm okay with the community.
I agree with that. I mean, I think if it's
I
free,
hate it that you
if
can't
it's
do it.
free, they just gonna be down there on time.
Right.
I mean,
If y'all work with us, let us come up with a fee that we're willing to charge or have to charge.
I can tell you,
We won't be able to use it.
there's
Right.
no way. We've got senior citizens living on a fixed income.
Really?
And we've got some younger people that are working 2 jobs and raising families.
I gotcha.
They can't do it.
Really?
So we
Yeah.
thank you.
No, like I said, I really apologize. It's just a situation where
guys,
we
this is
just,
absolutely nothing personal.
No.
Right.
Absolutely. This is something we've been dealing with the whole, I mean, I believe all of us, the whole time we've been here has been,
we've had thousands, we've had
citizens.
hundreds of people before you come in and want to use the community
Yes.
center. Churches churches after churches want to use the community center. That we've had to tell them no. So like you said, it's nothing personal.
No,
It's not,
absolutely not.
it's just, we're trying to do
I would like to
what's
see it, but
It's because of society these days, you got to do
And
something.
not saying y'all would do anything, but we just, man,
Right, and I
it's,
thought by providing insurance, that would be,
That is a big.
And that's a big step.
But you
That's
gotta
good.
have Everything.
yeah.
but we still own the property, and any good attorney's going to come after they'll find loopholes, and we've been down that route before. So yes, ma'am.
Well,
Yes.
we thank you anyway.
No, thank you. Okay, I appreciate y'all. Okay. Well, let's table that though and come back. We do need to readdress that and address that. Yes.
So we could advertise if we come up with something.
Yeah.
And it will get rented.
you know, usually the community center, if I had to say, the community center is usually rented out half a day at least.
Right.
You know, like people aren't just going to the community center for 2 or 3 hours.
Right.
A lot of times they go in early in the morning and decorate
Right.
for an event
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
happening later in the day.
There you go. And so having one flat fee for there is fine, but like if say like this instance here, if we could have got away with say a $40, you know, for 3 hours of rental, you know, versus a whole day rental, like $100 for a day, that's not bad.
Right.
But $100 for 3 hours.
I just think that they're just looking for something free. I mean, we just can't accommodate. I don't feel like we'd have been doing well. All the people, what I feel bad for is not just them, but all the people else that we've turned away now.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So,
wait till we get to the next one. I mean, it's the same thing.
but hold on a second. Let me while we're on this topic, we probably can't vote on it because it's not on the agenda, but I do want the council, I've got a real problem, and Miss Connie knows this, I've already told her, I've got a real problem with what's going on down at the community center right now with us renting out to the church every Sunday, that church in there, okay? And if we need to put it on the agenda for voting on it next time, but I say let's remove that.
We already said that we.
Yeah, I don't like that. And the last time that happened,
Well, that just
I
takes-
believe Mr. Ford got a phone call
Probably. Yeah.
trying to throw Miss Connie and Aurelius under the bus that they were supposed to meet him down there with a key to the train depot, and all it was over was Buster's son when he passed away. They had to move out of the community center to come down here, and he was upset about it. He called me on the phone, and I actually told him, I said, I'm in the meeting, so I can't say what I'm talking about. But I said, I can't believe you as a preacher would even be acting this way. I said, do you know that one of our longtime employees is burying his son, and you're calling me upset because now you got it, because one of my employees didn't show up at the train depot to meet you with a key? I was upset about it. Anyway, make a long story short, I just think that whole situation needs to kind of go away. And if he wants, you want to give him the rights and give him, once we come up with a fee for the train depot, if he wants to rent the train, well, there again, we're going back in that same, we got to have insurance.
Just not really, because beforehand we said we were not going to do it.
Well,
And then we ended up doing it.
Right.
And not even before that time, the time before that, he even lied on me.
Right.
And said that we went in there before they got out.
Oh, that's
and I know I didn't go in there and decorate
I do
before they
remember
left out there.
I do remember that.
Yeah, I knew you was trouble.
Yeah.
but as Mr. Cook
Knew you was
said,
trouble.
I agree with Mr. Cook that
Well, it's stopping the residents of the community to being able to utilize it when they want to
for the
utilize it.
community, right? You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like the man just, I don't know, and you know,
We discussed that before.
No, and
No long-term.
we're not going to keep on hashing this, but look, how many churches have we turned away from the same thing? That
Right.
they came in here wanting to utilize that, and we told them, no, you can't do it.
I mean, that upset Chris
Well,
Brown to no
Yeah.
extent.
And not only that, but their dance group is going to be drawing people from all over.
That's not a Fort White thing. I
No.
mean, they don't even live in Fort White.
No. So I'm good with that part, and then let's go ahead
They
and
don't
Ms.
even
Connie,
live in
if you will,
Fort
put Mr. Caroline, can we make a motion to? I mean, I don't. Do we even need a motion to not rent a building? Have we got a contract with this guy?
No. Just for,
Just it's weekly or monthly or whatever. So let's
no, we
just.
change by the week.
So do we need a motion, or can we make them, or how do we? Can we just not rent the building to him no more?
How long's he had it?
We never made a motion to
All
let him
year.
rent the building.
Yes,
I guess what I'm
More than
saying.
a year.
More than a year. He's had it for more than a year every Sunday. I think we ought to give him notice.
Yeah.
Do we?
This ain't going.
Yeah,
But he's been on. But hold on a second now. Before he's not been. He's been renting it, but he does it weekly,
Huh?
right?
Yes.
He does it weekly. It's a weekly deal. So it's.
Do we have an agreement, written agreement?
No. Verbal.
Perfect.
He's been there over a year.
Yeah.
It don't seem like it's been that long.
I don't.
I mean, I know it's been a while.
Sure, over here.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Well, this is why you have a license agreement. Because what you got now is you've got a commercial lease. I'll have to go and look at part 1 and 2 of the landlord-tenant agreement, or act. And your lease term will probably be dictated by the frequency of payment. And then we'll have to see how much notice you'll have to provide the person. You have to go through all these legal hurdles because you have a rental agreement. Whereas if you could do a license agreement, you could tear it up like a ticket to a sporting event.
But what creates the rental agreement? Just the paper history?
That you're calling it, or he's renting it, by the fact that you're saying that they're renting it,
Oh, okay.
by the fact that they're doing it recurring. There's a recurring relationship there, that they're paying for the rental, and so on and so on.
My next question: how we avoid this?
Through the Landlord-Tenant Act. You've got a commercial relationship, and I will have to go look at the Landlord-Tenant Act. The good news is that it's a lot easier to evict someone, a renter, in a commercial setting than it is to do residential.
Cool.
So you won't have to go through all the media stories, if you've heard any of the last few years with the pandemic, that you won't have to be going to go through those things.
Okay.
And I'll get with the town manager and discuss what we need to send them. I don't believe that it would be appropriate to act on it tonight.
Okay.
It's not on your agenda.
Right.
But we do hear the comments, and so we'll begin to work on it, and it'll be on the agenda later this month. And we'll be able to take action immediately after that as far as setting a notice of termination, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Good. All right, so, sounds good to me.
All right,
All right, good deal.
next item is a request from the Antioch Church to utilize the Fort White Community Center on October 1st, 2022 for no charge to hold a breast cancer awareness seminar.
I say yeah.
Here's the thing now. Hold on a second now. Hold on. This is a non-profit organization, breast awareness. This is something totally different than what they were doing. This is a one-time, one afternoon. I mean, it's almost
It
like,
don't matter, Mayor. If you do it for one, you gotta do it for all.
I don't mind doing it all for these people, though. Like when they have like what I'm
So
saying,
what if
like,
somebody does a non-profit charity deal down there for a local young boy?
I'm okay with that. I mean,
You're okay?
for one day now. If they come in and talk about they want to do it
Yeah,
every
well,
Friday
I said
night,
one day. No, 1 day.
For what?
Huh?
like a local
Give me a
charity
for
for
instance.
For Derek.
Cause we've loaned to
For
that.
Derek, right here.
Cause we've loaned to that.
And we had to rent it. When we did Derek's fundraiser, we had to rent
Right.
it. That was totally non-profit. Every penny that was made went straight to that woman in one check.
Well, how
You all paid for the center?
Miss Mary was
You
there.
paid for the center?
Pretty
I didn't
sure.
realize you paid for the center.
They did?
No, we did.
I didn't realize
Yes,
you paid for the
ma'am.
center.
For a charity event, we had to pay.
Yeah, and that's, but did y'all come to the board and ask them?
No.
No, I know you didn't.
I
come
didn't
to the board,
realize you
because
paid for
I've been
the
here.
center
You didn't come.
I mean,
She
I
may have asked the clerk.
Right, that's-
I didn't head that up.
Yeah.
I didn't head that up.
That's what I'm saying, but if y'all probably would have brought that to the board, they probably would have waived that fee, is what I'm saying. So things like that is what I'm saying. Things like you know that they're doing it for your community.
Okay, all right.
All right, Mr. Copeland.
It is what it is, I guess. But
You know, I think
I
that's
get what
where
you're
you're,
saying.
that's
I
a
get it,
community
man. I
thing.
mean,
I
I
think
get it,
that,
man.
I think there's things that you can do whatever you're gonna do.
the school comes to us and wants to do a banquet for their, I'm kind of okay with that too.
Yeah, because we done this. We
gotta work
We
with
did
the
the
school.
breakfast. We did the breakfast.
Yeah, we did a
down
breakfast
there.
one.
We did
We
the
gotta work
breakfast.
with
We
the
always
school.
do breakfast.
School works with us.
We did the
You
breakfast.
gotta,
So I'm okay with
The senior
certain
breakfast
things.
that's just like this trunk or treat, it's on school property.
yeah.
I mean, that's why I say
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
The city gotta work with.
And even if she came to us and said, hey, can we use the community center for the trunk or treat? But I
Right.
think we would pass that too. I mean, that's for the
Well, I
community.
mean, I'm just saying, like,
But when you come and you say, hey, I want this building here for free, and I want it every Friday night for a nonprofit to do square dance, whatever.
Yeah.
Teaching.
But what's the difference
Basket
in
week.
that nonprofit and this nonprofit?
Well,
I'm just saying.
Well, that's more of
To
a
me-
charity thing. I'm looking at
to
it.
me, they're
I
doing a,
promise you that they are going to charge the people that come something
So you-
for the
yeah.
dance thing, because
So are we going to start allowing nonprofits? Nonprofits, now we're just saying a nonprofit organization. Are we just going to start?
we.
I wouldn't say nonprofit. I would say
It's something we started.
I like
mean,
the
we've
charity
done
word.
it. Charity,
Charity.
not nonprofit, charity for something, good cause.
Right,
This-
I agree with you, man.
This kid's got cancer and.
I'm not trying to be argumentative about this, but like we just said, if you do it for one, you got to do it for all.
Yeah, but you come up here wanting to raise money to buy a new dog or something, I'm like, man, I ain't that's not
I
charity.
ain't gonna listen to that. But you know how people get, it's all in the verbiage.
So do we as a council want to make a motion to approve this? Mr. Cook? Mr. Cook being quiet.
Yeah, he's quiet over there.
He's quiet. Mr. Cook?
He likes these phone
I
calls.
would recommend that you require a deposit in case it's not clean afterwards. And the deposit be refunded if it's left clean. like we do for everybody else.
I think they already deposited, haven't they? I think they already made a deposit.
Maybe so.
I think they have already
That would
deposited.
be, I mean, I'm fine with that, that at least if, I doubt that would happen with this organization.
Right.
But if we did get stuck with a cleaning bill, at least then we didn't have to pay.
That's right.
So, I mean, if that's the way it's gonna work, then I'm fine.
I'm just throwing that out there.
No, that's a good suggestion. I mean, I
Mr. Cook, you okay with that scenario?
Yes, I'm okay with that. Sometimes somebody wants to rent a building or use the building for a one-time thing.
Right.
It's reoccurring, like having church services every Sunday is what I want to avoid because then the community.
Right.
But a case by case, one time, I think we could consider it a lot of times better use.
I agree with you 100%, so.
I'm in favor of the church using it for the, what they want to use it for.
Okay.
Yes, they've had.
They have, okay, so good. If y'all were okay with it, then I guess we need a motion that, I mean, just that,
But, Mayor,
Yes.
I don't have anything other, well, thankfully, this one came to the council with proof of insurance. That's nice to see proactive work there. What is, I don't have anything but a flyer that tells you that this, where this, any funds raised, where they're going. It's,
You mean for this?
yes,
Any fundraise for it?
yeah.
The funds are going directly to breast cancer awareness. What are they doing is they're going to give the money that raised will go to an breast cancer person, a person that's fighting breast cancer. The money's raised will go toward that person, directly to that person.
I think that the council, if you're going to allow the use here, the council would be protecting itself from future requests, and by saying that you allow this contingent on them providing you something, showing that all monies or a certain percent are going to go somewhere. For example, what you may deal with at your next meeting or someone in the future is that Coberline Ministerial Services is going to come through and want to do a tent revival. First of all, with the name Coberline, you know something shady came
You're gonna take that revival out.
Then the second thing is that we generally know that contributions are raised.
Right.
Right.
You don't know where they go, but you do know under the IRS code, this is a not-for-profit or a charitable organization.
Right.
And so in order to protect the council from these not-so-legal issues, but practical issues, you want to know and have something in writing to show why you did something on September 8th.
Gotcha, okay.
Monday.
That makes sense.
Monday calls me, I get the date wrong. So
That makes sense.
Yeah.
you would want some statement say, because, my mother passed from breast cancer. So I love the idea.
Right.
But at the same time, the council needs to have a little bit more assurance, even a written statement.
Who was that came up here and presented that? That was
Maria.
Maria.
And they could simply turn it in to Ms. Burkeen if you pass, I move to allow this contingent on a written statement, meaning a promise.
You think she'd be able to provide something, saying where she's sending the money to, or where the money's going to, or?
Yes.
Okay, so just make a motion. Okay. So if y'all okay with it, and I know you attend the church, Ms. Mary, if you want to make a motion contingent upon that, well, you might have to exclude yourself since you do attend the church. So didn't think about it.
No, they're not family.
Well, you're not family, so that's true.
Well, take that back. I am family.
First of all, you're required by law to vote for your constituents when you come to these meetings. You must abstain, and you can only abstain when there's a relationship that allows you all to gain financially somehow.
Okay.
Or
So she's not gaining financially.
Or business to gain.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. anything.
Okay, there's no financial gain here, so it was, okay,
Right,
gotcha.
I doubt Mr. Bishop even needed to abstain from the trunk or treat.
Right.
I doubt
Right.
there's any money gained by his relative.
Well, he wasn't gaining it, but we were spending money, so would that be a conflict?
And she was asking.
If it's simply a pass-through, then no.
Okay.
Just rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, safe and sorry, so yeah.
Yeah, safe than sorry.
So the board want to make a motion to approve the awareness and contingent upon that they provide proof where the money went and with the security deposit of 150 that they'll get back if as long as the building.
No, they gave 125.
120, that's fine.
That was the previous.
We'll just leave it at 125.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But we need to put some, so we can hand something to somebody and say, this is our policy on allowing you to use it rent-free, basically.
Right.
That way, we hand that paperwork out, and that covers us as the town, and then they can't say, well, you're playing unfair because you give this person, you know it's gonna happen. I mean, we know that's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna find out.
So we can follow suit on this. Can we make a resolution or, I mean, something that we, like he's saying, that we have a piece of paper that says that if you're a non-profit or a charity group or whatever, here's your piece of paper.
And you must prove, or you must have proof of, you know, what, Fred, would you say, how much of the earned income and where it's going is going to charity or non-profit, or how would you?
I did see an instrument just within the last month that said that only a certain amount or percentage may go to overhead costs.
Okay.
So you can fine tune as much as you want. Now is the time to do something because you're already having us do a resolution for the rental fee.
There
So
you go.
while we're looking at that subject, now's the time to add something onto that subject.
Because guys, I feel like we spent
So
45 minutes
yeah, oh
on
yeah.
this.
So why don't we go ahead and just give y'all, go ahead and start working on an instrument to handle that situation when it comes up in there, because we know it's going to come up. It's coming. It will come back up.
Do you want us to put the rental fee in for the train depot?
I would.
Once we decide, or
We got to decide a fee amount, but
In the
yeah.
past, I've collected $100 for a day.
I mean,
They would have to pay a deposit as well for
absolutely.
or damage.
for cleaning or damage or whatever.
Right.
So yeah.
It's not nearly as big as a
No,
community
it's
center,
not.
and it doesn't have a
Well, but I don't think we can vote on that right now because
No,
but you can prepare it, but we
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's go
Are
ahead.
y'all okay with if they prepare $100?
Yeah.
Mr. Coon, you okay with $100 fee for
I think it needs to be a minimum of $100.
the? Okay, plus security, plus whatever deposit.
Right.
Okay, I'm good with that. And then an instrument like we're talking about for these nonprofit and charity groups
Right.
that we
I think we need to be able, the clerk should be able to hand a person up here.
That's what the council expects.
requesting that. This is what's going to be required of you by city council.
by city council. Once they approve your,
Once they get this information, then
they can
you'll
approve.
either get your approval or deny.
I like that.
I mean, I think that's the safest way for us to do it.
Yeah, me too. All right, so yeah, we good on that, Mr. Coverline? We good as far as?
Fair to everybody. I mean,
Well, we're gonna put a lot of work on your plate before you get out of here. Trying to heavy your load up.
We need a motion about the community center.
Oh yeah, we do. We still need a motion for.
but we're just voting that we're allowing them to use it, right?
Yes.
And then, but I think we need a motion with what we would expect, because we expect the showing us where the funds are going with the $125 deposit.
Right. Which they've already made.
Yeah, which already made that. Yes. So
Miss Mary, you want to make this one? Or?
She said no.
Well, I will.
Go ahead,
smack you.
I can't see her over there. I'll make a request, or I'll make a motion to approve the Antioch Church to utilize the Fort White Community Center on October 1st, 2022 for no charge, under the stipulation that we are provided with information on the percentage and where the money, or the funds being raised are going.
Good.
Plus the deposit.
They've already got the
Yeah,
deposit.
we already got the deposit, Mr. Cook. Yep. Yeah, we got the deposit. So, all right. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Good. All in favor on the motion of the Antioch Church utilizing the Fort White Community Center with the stipulation they provided the funds, where the funds will be going, and with the deposit they've already provided that we'll get back at the time of cleaning or at the time of they're done. So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Or aye. Me too. Aye. Yeah, keep saying forget to say aye.
Next item is a request from the Fort White Middle School for a donation to act as seed money for the 6th grade class. The way it was explained to me is that they have no money in their account, and the money, they will be raising money, etc., and doing fundraisers and all that sort of thing, and the money will follow them through to high school, and they use it for like float building and different things, activities for the school, so that the kids don't have to pay.
And this is basically because they're 6th graders.
Yes, they don't have any money to
Right.
start with.
They're new class, so, I mean, they've never been together. I mean, some of these kids come from Columbia City Elementary, some of them come from Fort White Elementary, so
Right.
I see where the seed money is coming from. I mean, that's gonna help continue them through on their high
They
school.
need some startup money
Yeah.
so that they can have fundraisers and things
Did she
like
mention?
that.
Did she mention how much? What they're thinking? I mean, what? I don't know nothing about it. How many
she
kids
did
is
not.
there?
I would be interested in it, but I'd like a number.
If can we table this
I
and
think
get
they'll
a
take
number?
whatever we give them.
Right, but I mean, I don't want to, if there's a number that they're trying to approach, then I'd like to help them out as much as we
Is
can.
that Jessica that's called? Is it Jessica that's called?
Yes.
Jessica Avery? Is that her? I think it's Jessica Avery.
I don't even,
Yeah, I think because I think.
But anyway.
Call. Tell her the council spoke on it. You got her number to call her back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And like Mr. Bishop said, I would see what are they trying to raise? I mean, what I know she's gonna say, well, any amount of money, but what's the number?
Yeah, we just
Give us a number. If you're trying to raise $10,000, then we're probably not the people you're talking to.
No. They just want some money for start.
See,
like
like-
$500.
See,
$400 or $500.
we give FFA $1,500 last year, right before Christmas time, to decorate Dean Square. That
Didn't do nothing, right?
They decorated it like the day before Christmas.
Yeah, they did it right before the day before Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. It got
I
done.
didn't even notice it.
Because they ran down there
They
the
didn't
last
know they said they
minute.
were going to.
It wasn't a whole lot.
And
A whole lot.
I'm not trying to insinuate anything, but that's kind of why I would like a number.
It wasn't a whole
because
lot.
We give them $1,500, and I know they want $1,500.
No.
So, I mean, I just like a number from them. That way we can be like,
How soon do they need it?
She didn't
They're
say.
6th graders.
Okay.
They don't need it.
they got years.
6 more years.
No, I mean, if we can get that on the next agenda,
I'll try. I think I'll see her at the school up there too. I'll try to ask her too.
Kelly's got her number too. I'm gonna ask her too.
See what she said. Well, yeah, 'cause y'all kin to her.
She's married. Jessica's married to Kelly's cousin.
Yeah, that's right.
Rocky's nephew.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Jessica, that we were referencing from
She's-
the school.
Oh, Avery,
married.
yeah, I know.
She's related to Kelly
Yeah.
through marriage.
Yeah, I know Avery.
Yeah. I think that's her name, ain't it? Jessica.
It's Jessica.
Okay.
Before we move to adjourn, I wanted to go over a few things that I left for y'all in in front of you on the table.
No, we haven't yet.
Most
She spoke and we
important
talked to
one,
her, but then
well, there are two really important ones. This long paper, it says proposed garbage rates for commercial. And I've done a couple of different scenarios. I've shown the sizes of the containers, and I've shown what the county charges, and I put in what we are currently charging, and I put in what Waste Pro charges the county. So, based on those and the number of units that we have for each type of commercial, the county is going to make $2,395 a month. If we use their rates, we would make $2,395. If we use our rates, we would make $2,449 a month. So we need to decide if we're going to utilize the county rates or if we're going to do a blend and use some of ours and some of theirs, or if we're gonna keep with ours like they are.
This is on the garbage rates?
For commercial.
Oh, commercial, I got you. Okay. Where you, okay, listen, I ain't sharp as a tool.
It's on this
okay?
long page.
I got it, but I don't understand it, so, see what you just said again now? I see the
The
2449.
sizes, and then you've got what the county charges
County
right
profit
now.
here, okay?
right now.
Okay.
And then the next column shows what we charge right now.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Okay.
We are going under the contract with with the county. And so we would be able to use the Waste Pro charge. You follow what I'm saying?
Okay, gotcha.
Okay? So the county currently makes $392. We make $381.54. On 44 units, we would make $2,395 using the county rates, and the Fort White rates would generate $2,449.
But we're already on the Fort White rates right now? That's what we're paying right now, right?
Column C.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but
It's the
that's
Fort
what
White
that's what our clients was paying right now.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't change
They
it.
would get a drop in the commercial can, and they would get a drop on the 2-yard dumpster,
If you use the county rate.
Yeah.
but they would get an increase on the 4-yard, and they would get an increase on the 6-yard and an increase on the 8-yard
By using the county?
by using the county rates.
I'd just say if they're getting increases, I'd just keep it the way it's going now and just, I mean, if we're coming out,
Well, I just wanted you to have this paper to digest it, and we'll
I
bring
like
it
the county
forward
rate.
at the next meeting.
yeah, but they're more on the 4-yard, 6-yard, and
Not
8 yards. Huh?
Not the 2 yards, though.
That's what you must have at your house. You know what you got at your house? Yeah.
I got 2 6-yarders up there at the office.
Yeah, see, David's gonna have a problem going that county rate because this is gonna cost you more.
Yeah, it's gonna cost. I think just leave it alone.
That's what I say. Just leave it alone.
We got enough problem with that
Hey,
already.
you need to call Waste Pro, get on them because they changed all these other rates, but not yours. Because that's what they did. They knew Coon had that 2 yard.
It's not Waste Pro, it's the
I
county.
mean,
It's not Waste Pro. It's
no, it is Waste Pro because Waste Pro. What I'm saying, no, it's not because Waste Pro just charges the same flat. That's right.
Yeah.
It's the county. Yeah,
Call my commissioner.
David Kraus and them. They know what you
You know,
got.
this is part of, they want to have the county and the town have the same rates so that,
Well, we're collecting our own commercial rates, so what does it matter to them if we got the same rate
I
they
hear
got?
ya.
And as far as the residential goes, I agree.
I'm just showing
But as
you.
far as the commercial goes, that really is irrelevant. I mean, we're collecting
The
our
next
own.
important thing is the proposed budget for next year. If you would look it over in your spare time, and if you have any questions about any of the items, please call me, and we will have a resolution to adopt at the next meeting.
On the budget.
Yes, on the proposed budget. And the last item you have are these 2 pieces. This is our current financials from October 1 through the end of August.
Now this, you got down here on the 150,256 for the ARPF.
Mm-hmm.
But that money ain't that money that we received from the COVID?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I've got a star by it, and I'm showing you that $150,256 of the $247,000 up top where the star is came from.
Well, when we want, that money is just wash money. That money goes back out, so yeah.
I know, that's why I put it there, so
I got
you would realize that. And I deducted it on the 3rd page.
So realistically, we have 247 minus 150.
We have,
Have 147,000.
currently, we have a net income of $192,032.
In the operating account,
Yes.
and that's with the 150 in it.
No. Look on the 3rd page.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so that's good. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Now that's what's current, right?
Yes.
But that hasn't
Through the end of
taken-
August.
Yeah, that hasn't taken into consideration the legal invoice.
The what?
The attorney's invoice. Now I know what's in the checking.
We got you ready. We got you ready. Hey, get rid of him quick.
Oh, Lord.
Hurry. All right, 3. Okay, I got you, Miss Connie. Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking you was using that number 242, but I was like going.
That's why I want you to take them home and look at them.
I got
so
it.
you can see it
I
all.
look at these things every day. I got it. You got me now. I look at that bottom line number.
The bottom line.
I know it, baby. Yeah, I got it. You know this. No, go ahead.
I was just going to tell Mr. King and Ms. Fleming about the kind of an update on the regional utility committee.
Oh yeah.
Basically, where we're at with that, guys, we're going to have to bring some information back to both of our boards. We're trying to decide whether we want to go with, say, an interlocal agreement, or we're trying to decide which way we want to set this committee up. And as that board, we all felt that we should bring it back to our council and our commissioners and decide that way. That way we get as many, elected officials' input on it as we can. And then Ellisville's, we should be getting water from Ellisville very soon. They've already got material coming. We don't even have the plans yet, but we've already got material arriving.
The pipe.
Yeah.
They've got mountains of pipe.
Yeah. We knew from my industry, I knew that was going to be a problem getting material, and so David Krause and Kevin Kirby went ahead and ordered a pile of pipe. I mean, we got 9 miles of pipe to bury. So
More like 10, I thought.
is it 10? I was thinking 9 or 11. I couldn't remember which. Sewer system is rocking and rolling. We've got Kellen's agency. I mean, we've got grants 1 and 2 already. Y'all are working on 3 and 4 already. So, from what I'm hearing, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, somewhere around 2024, early 2024, we can see construction started on our sewer program. Yeah. So, we've got that's. We've been working with his company. Actually, I deal with his dad more on that board. But guys, I'm telling you that they have got that mainlined right now to where we're going to be sitting there with the money, just waiting on the plans and everything else. So that's a good thing. So,
and I don't know if Mr. Bishop mentioned either, but we received. How much did we receive in that grant for they said it was $1 million.
We have $1 million to use on water. Then we got
no, not that. I'm talking the recent sidewalk.
The meeting
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Because they called some guy called me from Lake City Court and I did not talk to him. I didn't talk to him.
It's $1 million for the CDBG grant to put in the sidewalks in front of the middle school and the high school. Remember, we talked about going from there to the field.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason that it was put in as $1 million is because initially we wanted the sidewalk to go all the way down and go down Stillman, and we couldn't do that.
Still don't understand why they can't do it.
But
we own all that property.
I know it's got to do with the income. It has to be in the lower income.
Don't even give me about that. It's a school safety issue. That's my problem. It's a school safety issue.
I'm just telling you.
Got kids walking down the middle of oncoming traffic, and I'm like, I fussed that for anyway.
Yeah.
So that's what that was about.
All right.
And now he has submitted the CDBG grant request for the housing rehab.
Yes.
And we haven't heard back on that yet.
Okay.
One thing, can I bring something up the cemetery, but it's not on the agenda? Can I bring something about the cemetery?
Yeah, you can talk about what you want to.
Past couple of days that should never happen. Miss Rosemary Brown got buried. She died. You know Miss Rosemary?
I do know Miss Rosemary.
Okay, anyway, she died. She passed. They had her funeral. They dug the hole in the wrong spot.
What?
Over by David Brown, which is Chris and Shelley Brown's son, and they almost buried her in the wrong spot in that cemetery.
Well, it was marked.
Well, that's what they say. But I'm telling you, when they pulled up to the cemetery, they had the whole thing set up everywhere on the new side, and she's definitely on the old side over by the fence. That should never, we gotta do something that never happens.
Who, what,
Well,
They had to have her ceremony over where the tent was set up and then bring her over and bury her in a different spot. That just happened this week.
On
They
Tuesday.
said Buster and her daughter went around there and marked the spot,
Yep.
but I don't know what happened, but we
It
need
was
to
a
find
breakdown
out
in communication
because that would push me
between-
over the edge. I can promise you
Between the,
that.
funeral home.
Jakey Brown about lost it.
who's Jacob?
Our son.
Her son. I got you.
He got to the cemetery and there wasn't nothing even done right there at her grave. He seen that over there and went and asked them, are they having another grave? Are they having another one over here? They said, no, we married this Miss Brown. He said, no, my mama buried by my daddy way over here.
Was the grave that she was supposed to be put in marked?
I don't know. They say it was. I mean, somebody,
Okay, 'cause
this
Buster
was
went
coming
over
from
there.
my wife. You know, Buster and Rosemary's daughter
Rosemary Thrift,
went and marked
yes.
and
So they,
somehow-
so they must have marked it over in the wrong spot?
No, they say, supposedly it was marked in the right spot. I don't know what went on with the people that was heading it up, but we need to find this out, I think. Because if they would have done my mama like that.
I was saying,
they'll-
could this be a big mistake by the funeral home company?
Right.
Yeah, it's gotta be, it's gotta be, but still, we need to make sure we
How-
got something to market.
How,
A little different.
so they just went over and just dug a spot in the new part?
They dug a spot over by David Brown, which is Chris's son.
Chris'
That
son.
died because the one grave he got run over.
So they just run through there and saying Brown?
Because his name was Brown, I guess.
I guess that's the only thing.
I'm guessing,
You know, I
I don't know what happened.
What funeral home was it?
I was just told about this, High Springs.
The
Carter, is it Carter?
yeah, I think it is Carter.
They've been bought out.
Huh.
They've been
Yeah,
bought
we need
out.
to call them.
Yeah.
If you call me and I'll call them. If you remind me tomorrow,
Well,
I'll
that's
call them.
exactly why we have a member of the family go
But
with
I
us.
agree, but we need to make sure our markers stand out. In my opinion, we need to change this. If it was that hard for them to see, we need to make sure they get somebody. That's bad right there.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause they,
That's as bad
Yeah.
as it comes to me.
That's
Well-
the most,
They had
that's the
their,
worst disrespect you ever do to somebody. I mean,
Well, they're not complying with our requirements anyway,
Well-
because they're supposed to contact
well,
us.
that's what we need to straighten up.
Yeah.
So
Somehow.
you didn't even know. Well, the problem is, though,
The
The
only
only
what,
way I knew is Rosemary Thrift herself called me and was trying to figure out where her dad was buried.
right.
Okay, so she and Buster went over to the old cemetery, they found it, and she wanted to make sure there was space for her mama next to her dad. So they did, there is space.
Yeah.
So they marked it with flags. Now, I don't know what was told to the funeral home.
Yeah, there's a lot behind that, I'm sure. That's crazy. I bet you're right. They went out there and saw that brown headstone in the new park, thought the old park was full. And,
Well, the old part's not near about full.
right.
It's all gone maybe, but it's not near about full.
But appearance.
The old
old
cemetery.
That's
But
about
appearance
full, right?
No, it's not near full. I mean, all the plots are taken.
Right.
But it's not near about full.
Okay.
But we need to check into this, I think, because I'm telling you that, to me, that's a bad situation.
I agree.
They held her whole ceremony over the wrong hole.
wow.
Man,
And you said it was a funeral home in High Springs?
I think it was Carter.
I think there is a.
I can find out the name for you and call you in the morning.
There's a
But I
Carter.
think it was Carter Funeral Home, and they've been bought
Have we already
out.
sent them that letter that said that they need to notify the town before? Didn't we? We
I
sent a
it
letter.
to every funeral home.
Yeah, so we already sent a letter out, so they need to notify the town
Yeah.
before they go out and dig anything, move anything.
I agree.
Is there not a fence around?
Oh, yeah, there's a fence.
How does a vehicle get in there?
Oh, it's
You
unlocked.
can.
Gate.
Oh, don't get on that subject. We locked it up one time.
That's
Everybody,
another night.
everybody. I thought we would have a.
I just want you all to know that I use that cemetery as an example a couple times a year of what not to do.
Oh yeah.
And I just used
So you
Oakland
can,
Line.
you got another one now.
They administrators in Live Oak wanted to know, what could possibly go wrong with us buying this cemetery?
Oh, well, call town Fort White, they'll tell you. They'll tell you.
About locking it up.
I can promise you, I wish Fort White didn't own that Fulton Cemetery. I can promise you.
Just when I thought that Bruce Borders' tombstone incident was never going to be one-upped.
Who did he call? Did he say Bruce Borders?
Were you here?
Hey, let me tell you. They have.
We've got a funeral on the wrong location.
Hey, they banned him from the school now. You know that?
Yeah, I heard
He got toted off from the middle school game.
I heard about it.
I looked up when I seen him up there. Well, he wasn't up there very long. And I seen two cops, and what he done is went on the other side of it and snuck in the game. They've been looking for a reason to ban him, and he snuck in.
What this time?
And they called him up there and said, "Hey,
What did he do this time?
He didn't pay. Snuck into the gate."
You know he
We better adjourn this.
drove that horse up there before.
Oh, I know.
All the way up to the...
Oh, I know.
We need
Bruce Board.
Ms. Fleming to vote on Mr. Cook being able to vote on items so that we'll have an additional council member that would in essence ratify.
So we need her she just needs to vote on the.
Mr. Cook being able to not only attend but to participate in the vote itself.
So Miss Mary, we just need you to vote on Mr. Cook being via telephone to being able to vote. He voted on item. Where's my 1A?
Voted on everything.
Mayor, if I may.
Yes.
Council Member Fleming, Mr. Cook is unable to be here due to some medical issues. By law, he is allowed to attend a meeting via telephone, as are you and others. But whether or not, to what degree you may participate, such as voting, has to be voted on by the members who make up the quorum here. And there could be an argument whether the mayor should have even voted on him being able to vote, and so ask that you vote now that you know the reasons that he is not here.
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor.
There you go.
So let the record show Miss Mary said aye. All right, so I just need a motion to adjourn, please.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor, say aye. All righty.